Give it the true shot. I want 7.5 million over my head, money hitting under my bed. Baby, let me talk about it, let me talk about it, let me talk about it. I'ma grind on heavy till the fam get fed. They gotta be good when I'm dead, man. Let me talk about it, let me talk about it, let me talk about it. I'ma grind on heavy till the fam get fed. They gotta be good when I'm dead, man. Let me talk about it, let me talk about it, let me talk about it.
All right.
Make sure I look good.
I hope I look good. I can't tell.
How my hair look?
Look good. Look good.
So do you.
Thank you.
There you go.
Yep.
All right. Thank you again for tuning in for another episode of In True Form. I'm your host, Corey Truesdale. I have a special guest with me here today. This is Meg, the manager. Meg, if you want to say anything, introduce yourself.
I'm Megan Wolford, Meg, the manager. That's who I am.
That's what's up. Hey, man, I appreciate you for taking the time out today to talk about you, talk about what you got going on. Here at In True Form, we want to highlight you. We want to give you your flowers in a sense, but also just kind of put it out there that we understand your journey. We see your journey. We see you. So we can kick things off, man. Just tell us how's everything been going. What's been new in your world lately?
Everything has been everything. Just trying to take it one day at a time. I got a lot of responsibilities. Just came off a tour in Europe, so been coming down from that and handling everything that that passed me by while I was on the road. So I'm finally getting back in the swing of things. June and July should be kind of mild, so I'm happy about that.
Well, welcome back.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm glad I made it back safely with all these things going on with the FAA,
you see
all the airplanes and everything. All of my flights, I was happy because as opposed to flying to every country that we went to this time, we just flew into Dublin and we flew home from London, and everything else was on a tour bus.
Gotcha.
So I didn't have to fly a lot. So this was right after all of, the plane crashes and everything. So that kind of calmed my anxiety that we didn't have to fly everywhere.
I got you.
Yeah.
Can I scoot up on your couch?
Yeah. I know you kind of melt in it a little bit.
Yeah, I was sinking in.
It's comfortable. I like being down here.
Yeah. This is good.
Yeah.
Well, tell us about the Europe tour. What was going on the Europe tour? What did you do, and what was it all about? For those who don't know who Meg the manager is, and kind of peel that layer back a little bit.
So I am currently Ashanti's executive assistant, and we were on tour. She was on tour with Sean Paul, and I think we did 10 shows. So we started out in Dublin. We went to Cardiff, Manchester, Newcastle, Leeds. We had a couple of shows in London. Where else did we go? I don't know.
Yeah.
But it was a European leg tour, and it was great. This is my second international tour with her. We previously went to Australia and New Zealand, and that was amazing. Like, New Zealand blew my mind.
Yeah.
Yes, New Zealand blew my mind. Just beautiful. People are so nice. Australia was cool too, but New Zealand stole my heart. Like, I talk about it all the time. I say if I could get dual citizenship between the U.S. and New Zealand, I would go back in a heartbeat. That's the first time I've
heard that.
It's beautiful. But yeah, Europe was cool. My biggest thing over there was like, what am I going to eat?
Yeah.
If you get on TikTok and you see them eating jacket potatoes with tuna and sour cream.
I'm pretty sure there's some dope food out there.
We ate really well. It was a tour with Sean Paul, and Ashanti also likes Caribbean food, so we had Caribbean food catered every show.
You had oxtails,
yes, oxtails, mutton, curry chicken, curry goat, jerk chicken.
Curry.
I hope I don't mispronounce this, but escovitch.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
It was amazing. Peas and rice, macaroni and cheese, just amazing. So
it's
that was.
So from my understanding, when you eat overseas, it's such clean food over there.
Yes.
You don't feel super full or nothing like that. It's like you can eat as much as you want and
definitely
still feel great.
when I came back, my mom was like, you dropped some weight over there. I was like, yeah, you know, their food is fresher. You know, they don't use as many pesticides. There's ingredients that they let us have in our food and drinks over here that they don't allow over there, which is saying something.
Why they make us drink that eat?
I don't know, and I just wish we could just fight the power and just get rid of all of it, all types of oppression. I just wanted to go away, but you know, being over there outside of being work, you just feel so free and so different, and it's like. But now, like when I was in New Zealand and Australia, I felt like I was in just another planet.
That's how I
now
felt
with
when I went to
everything,
Jamaica. Jamaica ain't nothing compared to New Zealand.
Right.
I was like,
I've never been to Jamaica. That's on my bucket list too. But over there now, everything is so intertwined with immigration and everything. Like all I saw on the news was just our politics as well, and they're informed too. So it was interesting to be able to have those conversations while I was over there, and you know, just have human moments when I'm on the job, because when I'm working nonstop. I work around the clock. Even though, you know, it's a tour. If my team needs something in the middle of the night, I got to get up and go do it. So for the tour, basically, I'm facilitating all the logistics between the promotion team, my team, which consists of a creative director, a stylist, a DJ, a manager, our business manager, attorney. So I'm just making sure that everything runs accordingly, from the hospitality to like room and board, and anything personal that she needs, any admin that's going on stateside. I still got to make sure when we get back, all of the tours are in line, and everything that she needs on the U.S. side is still together while we're overseas. So I got my hands in a lot of pots at all times.
So I know right now is currently Men's Mental Health Awareness Month.
Yes.
But everything that you just mentioned had my mental health doing something. So how do you keep yourself together with all those hats that you wear, and where do you go from a mental standpoint when it becomes just too much?
So one of the things that my therapist, when I started therapy in this last round in about 2020, she told me that I needed to focus on mindfulness. So like when I'm brushing my teeth, just be in the moment of brushing my teeth. Like don't think about other stuff. I'm brushing my teeth right now. Planning. You see, I don't have no shoes on right now because I want to feel what's around me. Like, you know, I know a lot of people struggle with anxiety, and they tell you when you have, you know, panic attacks or anxiety attacks, like do things that are going to bring you back to reality. Look at the time. Look at the date. Think, like, say the days of the week out loud. You know, feel the textures around you, just to kind of like ground you and bring you back. So I do that a lot. I like to go outside with no shoes on. Just feel the grass and everything. When I get overwhelmed, I will pull up a YouTube video so fast and do like a 10-minute meditation. I value my sleep.
Find that rest.
So if I lay down and I feel like I'm not going to fall asleep right away, I listen to brown noise. And, you know, you have pink noise, you have white noise.
What is brown noise?
So brown noise sounds like an airplane.
Really?
It sounds like the inside of an airplane.
On a plane.
Yes.
Okay.
You know, like that kind of like hum air sound.
Yeah.
And I don't mind flying at all. Like I love flying. Sometimes I fall asleep when the plane is ascending. Before it's even like straight, I'm knocked out. So I found brown noise one day, and I have a playlist, and it's number 8 on the playlist. It knocks me out so fast. So I just don't play. Like I've had so many, you know, run-ins with mental health. Working in the music industry can be very stressful. I went to grad school, so that was stressful. The job market is stressful. So I've definitely had to be proactive about taking care of myself, and that I will go to therapy. If I'm sick, I'm going to the doctor. I'm not one of those people that just listen. No, I'm going to the doctor. Now, I may not agree with. I'm gonna look on Google, but I'm not gonna let that be, you know, my only source. Right. And I like homeopathic things where it's, you know, natural. Just, you know, take supplements for stuff.
Shout out to CMOS.
Yeah, like I'm into everything. You know, I do my research on medicines, like prescribed medicines. Look at the side effects. even natural things can have side effects. So I do my research, but I'm very proactive about, taking care of myself.
Right.
It's up and down. It can be hard to have discipline. I've struggled with that as well, but my mindset is always there. Even if I can't execute it, that still fuels me to know that I have the capability to do it. Even and I'm not hard on myself. Because I know that everyone struggles and has their faults. So I can't even say one day at a time. Just like every 15 minutes at a time.
Every minute.
In 15-minute increments. That's how I get through my days, for sure.
I appreciate you, going in depth with the mental piece. It's important. I'm in therapy. I take it for, past, childhood trauma. My wife recently was just like, you were bullied when you were little. You identified love differently than, those type of things.
Yes.
So, it's helped me navigate with work. It's helped me navigate meeting new people and all of those different kind of things. And just to kind of put it out there, like I met Meg, 2 years ago at Dreamville.
Yeah. 2023
in the fam lounge. And I just thought you was a super sweet person. Like,
thank you.
Me and Mo was really good friends, and whoever she's close with, like I know they good people. So, Meg was grateful enough to stay in touch with me.
For sure.
We like each other's stuff on Instagram and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But going back to grad school, did you think that you was going to be able to pull the manager role out of your hat like that, or you had a different route when you went to school?
Well, so I started out as an intern with Knife Wonder. Shout out to Jamla Records. Knife Wonder gave me my first opportunity in music, and I almost just started crying because it was just crazy, because I randomly moved to Atlanta in 2010 trying to break into the music industry. I was trying to be an intern anywhere, work under a producer, DJ, artist. I didn't care. I just wanted to, get around the music industry. And I went to this party one night at MJQ, and rest in peace to MJQ. That club was a vibe. But I was in the parking lot, and this old man, that man look, I can't even say old like that, because as I get older, I realize certain ages are not that old, but he was older, and he handed me a flyer, and it said A3C on it. A3C is all three coasts. It's like a music festival conference type thing. And it had all of these artists' names on it, like all of these artists that was popping at the time. And it was still kind of like not even the tail end of the blog era, but like the middle, almost getting to the end of the blog era. So that's when everybody knew who everybody was. So I was like, I have to go to this. But I didn't have that much money, so I knew I couldn't really afford the tickets. And I went to the website, and it was just like free tickets here. And so I got 2 free tickets, and I went. My friend was supposed to come with me, but he ended up not being able to come. And Knife Wonder had just dropped I want to say The Wonder Year, which was one of his documentaries, and he's from Winston too. Okay. So I saw that, and I was just like, he's a Grammy Award winning producer. He's from Winston-Salem. I was like, I'm gonna work for him. Right. And so this was when Twitter and Instagram was just getting big. So I just used to engage with him.
Sound like Power of the Tongue was in. Yeah. And you spoke that out.
Yeah, so I used to just respond to him on Twitter when he would have different debates and stuff like that. And this probably went on for about a year. And so I ended up moving back to Winston, and he showed The Wonder Year again at Winston-Salem State. And he walked up to me. He was like, "What's up, Megan?" And I was like,
"You know me."
What?
You know me.
I was like, I was like, what? So after that, I was like, oh, it's a wrap. This is my bag. Nothing can stop me. So, okay, so because what I had been doing was emailing him randomly, like, when are you gonna hire an intern? When are you gonna hire an intern? And he would write me back 3 months later, like, email this person. So I would email her, and she was like, it's coming, just be patient. And so they put out an application for an internship finally, a year later, and I got the internship. So that's how I started.
Look at God.
Yeah, amen.
That's what they say, right?
Yeah, so that was crazy. opened my first door. Shout out to Heather Victoria, one of my really good friends that I met at the beginning of my journey. We're still really close now. Shout out to Rhapsody. So after I did that, I noticed that one of my friends that I went to A&T with was always doing stuff with Fader Magazine, like field events. He would always be like out at different events and like at South by Southwest. So I reached out to him and I was like, how did you get this? And he was like, I'm on the farm team for Cornerstone. And Cornerstone is like the marketing agency that collaborated with Fader Magazine. Okay. So ended up, this is around like 2013. So I would say for about 2 years, I did things with them. Like I had to apply. I didn't get it the first time because I was in Winston, and then I moved to Charlotte because when I told him I was in Winston, he was like, "That's not a big enough market." And I went to Charlotte, and that's when they let me on the team, right. Not knowing that it was only an hour away. But anyways, it was probably like a 6-month difference. I ended up getting that internship, quote unquote internship, because I was getting paid for that like by the gig. So I went to South by Southwest with them twice, got to work the Fader Ford, did a lot of campaigns with them. Like we would pass out flyers at concerts or like the weekend he had like cups and lighters, so just promo items and stuff like that. And at this point I'm like, okay, I really want to take music serious, so what can I do? I'm like, okay, get an educational background in it. So I started looking up different programs, and I saw that New York University had a graduate program in music business, and I had missed the deadline. So I was like, okay, I'm going to apply next year. And I was telling my friend, I was like, I'm going to apply, but I'm scared. She was like, you're going to get in. Yeah, like, what? You scared about? And I was like, well, she said that very nonchalantly, like, okay, we may be onto something here. Maybe right. People do recognize people that. See you differently than sometimes you see yourself. So, okay, that was another battery. So I applied, didn't tell any, I think I told Sianka, my best friend Sianka. I didn't tell my mom. And I had to do a personal statement, and I had to answer an essay question. And I think the essay question asks along the lines of something you would change or a problem that you see in the music industry, and my solution was to change the Grammy voting process. And we can see that happened. Yeah. So I was on to something, So
what was it?
What was
the question? Like, what was the process that did you go in depth with it?
What did I say?
It was some time ago.
It was. And I definitely know that I definitely referenced Beyonce dropping Beyonce's self-titled in 2013 and her not winning Best Album. And who won Best Album? I can envision the album cover of the person who won Best Album against Beyonce. I cannot remember his name. Every time I think of who it is, I always say Bon Jovi, but I know it's not Bon Jovi because they have a name like in that same realm. I'm with you. But it was basically me saying like, y'all really tried Beyonce, and if this voting process was different, she would have won as she should have. So, apparently they agreed because they let me in the program. Went to NYU. It was not just music. I had to take classes in their actual business program.
So I was in New York.
Yeah. So that was one of my goals, like this whole time, was to get to New York, and I had so many failed tries to get up there. But
you seen them sewer rats?
The first time I did, but the second time, this last time I lived in New York, I don't know what they did, but I remember they had like a whole campaign about getting rid of the rats, and when I tell you, it was pretty successful because this time I probably saw 5 rats compared to 3,000.
I'd be seeing all the videos.
Yes, Washington Square Park, where NYU is, rats everywhere. Still a vibe though, but yes, I took accounting, took leadership in organizations. I took music management, artist management. What else did I take? Concert management. So just all types of classes.
You was just getting it in.
Yeah. So did a little bit of everything. Had to write a colloquy to get out.
What was it like though when you finished? What was that feeling like when you was just like, man, I did it?
It's still surreal to me.
Because you was in a zone. When you got to go through schooling like that, You gotta stay
because it was
on
hard.
track.
Like, you know, people, and that's the music industry in general. People think that it's just all fun and games and glitz and glamour. The music industry is run off of policy because it's run by copyright. So that has to be adhered to, and it's not a lot of times. So because that's really like the only legalese under that's the foundation of music versus like malfeasance from a record contract, like following the contract for what it says in there. But it's not a lot of barriers in the music industry that protects people and protects intellectual property, especially with like music piracy. So it's just very hard to protect the revenue in music, and so that's the business side of it that gets neglected so much. And I'm just grateful for NYU for teaching me that side. Yeah. So it's definitely something that you have to have continuing education on if you want to do it the right way and make sure your clients are making money and not being taken advantage of. But yeah, it was a surreal feeling. My graduation, I had 3 graduations actually, because I was in the Black Student Union. So we had that graduation, and then my school, Steinhardt, that the actual program is in, we graduated at Radio City Music Hall. So that was just surreal to me. And then the major graduation, like the whole school, that class, we graduated at Yankee Stadium. And it was pouring down rain, so I graduated in the rain. So I'm like, I've experienced a lot of random things that let me know that I can do anything, because I sat in the rain, in the pouring down rain for this degree. So, you know.
What it sounds like to me, Meg, is that you have a perseverance and a drive and a determination that, like, you were saying different things just a second ago. Like, one of the things that stood out the most, though, is the saying the affirmations and, you know, speaking stuff into existence. But your consistency, sending the email out, following up.
Right.
Like, you were doing a lot of those things early on before you even landed anything.
Oh, no. Like, I used to go to Barnes & Noble, and I would go get magazines, and I would just look at the bylines of people who worked at the magazines and looked at their lines, and I would just figure their email out and just email them. Like, I have done so much. Homework. Yes, I will. I'm very resourceful.
So for those out there, it's not easy.
It's not.
You have to do some homework to find out. Like, you want to get in front of somebody. Me and my best friend talk about this all the time, man. Ken, he's an actor. And we be always talking about, like, yo, man, you know, we talk about, you know, what's my man name that just did Sinners?
Michael B. Jordan.
And the director.
Ryan Coogler.
Ryan Coogler. We talk about Ryan Coogler.
Amazing people.
Right. Tyler Perry.
Yeah.
And he just like, yo, we gotta find contacts. Like, that's where our mental be on.
Yeah.
Even when I'm looking for like major events to shoot, I'm all online and I'm just trying to find a media press email, and it's just like, but you can't get discouraged when you don't hear nothing. And it's like, you don't get discouraged. It's like, if you do, you know how to blanket it and just regroup and go back at it again. But that's a strong attribute to have. How is that helping you in your current role?
There is, in my role and in my previous role as an executive assistant for a major celebrity, the word no does not exist. So there are things that have to be done for things to work smoothly. So I have to get a yes on almost everything that I have to do on my to-do list. So that's giving me tough skin, because I'm told no, and then I have to be like, okay,
what's going on?
Now I gotta turn it up to get the yes.
It's like you gotta put a different mask on, in a sense.
And that's happened. I mean, in my role now, that's happened, but it's just happened before, all throughout life. And I'm also an only child. I'm an only child from a single parent. I did have both my parents in my life, but I was, it was just me and my mom. And randomly dogs throughout my life. I love dogs. So yeah, I've had to, she's always taken care of me and made sure I had everything I needed. But it definitely gave me an independence to just get things done. And not necessarily like I had to fend for myself or anything like that, but just being the only person, like having to keep myself company so often. Like I've just had to use my imagination and use what's around me to keep moving, whatever that is, whether it's playtime, whether it's just, you know, entertaining myself. I started going to the movies by myself when I was 8 years old. It's people now that's my same age, 38, that's never been to the movies or out to eat by themselves.
Crazy.
So I just always
how it is
been a self-starter.
You know how to entertain yourself.
Yeah, for sure.
You are different, but you have
for sure.
You gotta embrace that difference.
Yeah.
We're gonna take a quick break.
Okay.
You want to tell everybody how they can find you real quick?
On Instagram and Twitter, even though I don't really use Twitter anymore, not X, I'm Meg the Manager. And on TikTok, I am .Meg the Manager because there is a dog with a TikTok account whose name is Meg the Manager.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Hey, we appreciate y'all. Be right back right after this special advertisement. This episode of In True Form is brought to you by Super Deodorant. The aluminum-free, fragrance-free deodorant that actually works. You just put this under your armpits. Promise you. You know what I'm saying? Whether you're on stage or in the gym or chasing purpose, Super Deodorant has your back and your pits. No harsh chemicals, no irritation, just confidence that lasts. Visit superdeodorant.com/intrueform. And if you sign up today, you'll get 10% off your first order. Smell less, do more. Peace. Thank you all for tuning in to another episode of In True Form. If you guys have not started from the beginning, we have Miss Meg Wolford.
Yep.
Meg the Manager.
Yep.
Meg the Hat Wearer. Meg the Perseverer.
Yep. I like that.
Yeah, I appreciate you again, man.
I appreciate you having me. This is great.
Yeah. We dove into a few different things a second ago, and you know, you brought us to where you started, your journey. But I want to kind of make a little fun, little laugh moment right now. So I want to ask you this question.
Okay.
It's a music question.
Okay.
When you were growing up, since you know you're the only child,
yes,
you sitting in the room by yourself. The days you probably was home alone. What was your music of choice? Who was your artist that got you through your day? I'll tell you mine first. Okay. So mine was Michael Jackson.
Okay. Love Michael Jackson. For sure. I have a Michael Jackson tattoo actually.
Really?
Yes.
You're gonna see that after the break.
It's on my back.
But, so Michael Jackson, Jackson 5.
Oh, that just brought back a memory from the Jackson 5. Go
Listen,
ahead.
man, when I tell you Silk,
okay,
Temptations, all of those, like I'm an old head too, so I love Sade, Janet Jackson, all that.
For sure. Yeah.
Go ahead, I give you the mic. You got the mic.
This is a loaded question.
I know it is.
But off the top of my head was the Spice Girls and Lauryn Hill. I love the Spice Girls. Like, British music, British R&B is amazing. Like, you know, people think of the Spice Girls and they just think about, you know,
Is it the accent? Is it the accent?
Is it the accent?
I'm asking you.
What do you mean? Like,
is you just like the way they sound? Like,
no, but that's what I'm getting into is that the music was good. Like when you listen to it, you start hearing the bass and the keys and everything in the background. Like they was really playing. Like, you know, people think they're so playful and everything, but the music of the Spice Girls, like the production was really good. It's a lot of British people playing for all our artists over here, so they're really talented. But yes, I love the Spice Girls, and I was just so whimsy and imaginative as a child. Like I just loved the learning that, like, oh, these girls are from London. Like, you know, like there's a whole world out there. So that was just like, that just piqued my imagination. And then like
they were all different too.
Yes, and I'm a Gemini, so I feel like I can relate to all of them. You know, like my personality is just really big. And I just find something in all of them about myself. So definitely girl power. And then Lauryn Hill, like, one of my favorite movies was Sister Act 2. So that was like a whole thing. And then Doo Wop and Can't Take My Eyes Off You. Like, I just would just like, these are great songs. Like,
remember Looking Back?
Yes.
That whole song she was talking about where I'm from.
Oh, really? Jersey?
Yeah, Newark, New Jersey, East Orange.
Yeah.
She talked about that all the streets and all of that stuff. It was just super nostalgic.
And just the interlude, like the outros on the songs, like
when they're in there like talking and
like,
stuff.
I just love that, and it's like showing you can do more than just put a song on the album. Like, she just made like a whole moment. But I listen to everybody. Like, I was listening to songs in the key of life. My mom sings. She has a beautiful voice, and she sounded
like she had a beautiful voice when she was talking to the top of the steps.
So she can sing, beautiful voice, and she just always had me listening to so many different albums. Like, I remember one of the first albums that she introduced me to was Quincy Jones' Q's Juke Joint. So she just always had me listen to that. What's her name? When I think about you, I think of what's the Tamia? She was very young on there. You Put a Move on My Heart. What else? I really love the show Taxi, and the theme song is called Angela. It's by Bob James. Shout out to Bob James. So many hip hop songs have sampled
that clip.
So she was like, "Oh, that's Angela by Bob James," and then that was the first time I was like, "There's like trivia in music. Like, how did my mom know the name to the theme song of Taxi?" And so I really think that's when the light bulb went off in my head that like this is not just something that's on TV. It's something that exists out in the real world that was created and given to us. So my mom has.
You seen that IG page where they show like clips of old music and then they show you like how it transitions and how it goes into the hit song.
Yes, I love that.
I love that page. I don't follow it, but I love it.
Yeah,
I see it come over. So
I love music samples. I love hearing a song and knowing the sample, or just recognizing there's a sample and then like going to find out what it is. So those were my early influences. Like I said, I love Michael Jackson, and when you said that, I remember having a Jackson 5 double disc, and I would listen to Never Can Say Goodbye like every day, like on repeat. Like, I just
when they sang it when they was little or when they was older.
This was like the original.
Okay.
So that was one of my favorites.
Like, they sang when they had their fro.
Oh yeah.
And then they sang when they was little kids. So that's why I was like, which one you?
Michael sound really young, so I think
probably the little ones then.
Yeah, I think it was little, and then
was it the colorful album with the double disc?
Yes.
Had the colorful color art, and it was all of them on there.
Yep.
I love that album.
Yeah, man. That's a good album. What is it? Never Can. Got to Be There. I would just play them back to back, like.
Got to Be There with the Child's Heart. Music and Me.
I don't know if Ben was on there, but Ben was good too. But
Ben was on the Gotta Be There album.
Yeah, Ben is a good song.
You ever heard Music and Me?
I'm not sure.
I'll play it for you when we're done. But that's
Music and Me.
Music and Me. Michael was in his bag when he was a little kid, man. Because I still listen to that music. He was blowing.
He was singing.
He was blowing, man.
One of my favorite Jackson 5 songs is Displaced Hotel. I love Displaced Hotel.
It is a good song.
Yeah. And I feel like so
Destiny?
many. I don't know what Destiny is.
Oh, I gotta see that.
You gotta play. Listen, it's so much. So much swirling up here, and they got so much music between all of them.
Yes.
Like, yeah.
Yes, man.
So,
what did you? So, from my understanding, you've known Ashanti since y'all was younger.
Well, I met her at For Sisters Only.
Okay.
For Sisters Only used to come to Charlotte every year, and I met her there.
What's For Sisters Only?
For Sisters Only is kind of like an expo where it's mainly black vendors, like all like national brands would come and do like an expo, set up all different type of booths, but they also had musical performances. So it would always be like the big names, but it was just like the big names, but they're just on a stage like so close to you. Like Jagged Edge came some years when they were in their heyday. Ashanti, Tank, Olivia, like just back in like the early 2000s, and I met her there.
Okay.
But I didn't we didn't have an ongoing relationship or anything, but I knew I still had that picture of us, and I found it and I sent her a picture of it. She was like, I know you lying. I was like, no, we met in I think that was 2002.
That's crazy.
Yep. So I met her in 2002, man. And we got a picture together and everything. Yep.
She looks so nice at the BET Awards. The other
yeah,
night.
she did. She's a beautiful woman.
Look at her.
Yeah.
But she's blossoming. Like she's like she's not even aging.
She lives a very healthy lifestyle.
That's good.
Yes.
It reminds me of Maya a little bit. Like every time I see Maya, I shot New York Fashion Week, and
okay, congrats you. Good for you.
Appreciate that. Yeah, it was dope. Dope experience. Maya was there for the first 2 days. And I always wanted to meet Maya.
She's so nice.
And I was
she smell good too.
I bet. And I couldn't get there until she was gone. So I was a little sour grapes because I was around shooters and they was like, "Yo, man, you got a chance to see Maya the other day?" I was like,
I met her because her and Ashanti have done a lot of shows together. I met her, I think, in Tacoma. Yeah, she was so nice. Yeah, she's very nice.
So you meet Ashanti in 2002. During that path before leading back up to her, what did you experience with the music industry? You know, did you have any other premier artists that you dealt with, or?
So I started managing the artist Sianka. She's also my best friend in 2017. So while I was at NYU.
Shout out to Sianka.
Yeah,
I seen her perform 3 months ago at the FEM.
Oh yeah,
the FEM joint that Lex put on.
Yep. And then she actually got a chance to perform at Dreamville Festival with Shame Gang.
Really? Where was that? What day was that on? Day 2? This recent one?
Was it day 2? Yeah, I think it was day 2.
Wow.
Yeah. So
she must have been shooting at a food truck at that time. I totally didn't see it.
Yeah, so that was big for her.
That's dope.
Yeah, so when I graduated, it was very difficult for me to find a job. So I'm still connected to my boss that was over me at Cornerstone. And so he works in marketing as well. So when I graduated, he was like, I got this gig work to where you can just do like surveys at these concerts. So that was just putting money in my pocket because I would go to all these different parks in New York where they had like a summer concert series and just give surveys to people. So I did that. And then I started doing Dreamville. And for Dreamville, I basically had my own street team. And they would sell tickets. So that came from him as well. So that you gotta keep people close. You know, you gotta keep these connections, make sure they're genuine, and people will look out for you for sure.
Right. It's all about relationships.
Yeah. So he got me the gig doing the surveys in New York. And then he was like, you know, I'm working with Score More, which is the production company that puts on Dreamville Festival, or that put on Dreamville Festival. And he was like, we need a marketing manager in the Charlotte area. And, you know, I spoke highly of you and they're interested. So I basically had a street team for about 2 to 3 years. And so that was my connection with Dreamville Festival. So that's like contract work. So I was doing that in the meantime. And then in 2019, I got on with DaBaby as his executive assistant. And that also came from Dreamville because All-Star Weekend was in Charlotte.
I remember
and I was able to go to the Dreamville brunch.
I remember that.
And
I was supposed to, quick story, I'm still depressed. So work with me here.
Okay.
Because I might cry. Allen Iverson was in Charlotte.
Yeah, he always there.
For All-Star Weekend.
Yeah.
And my wife had gave me comedy show tickets. What's my man's name? DC Young Fly performed. Jay Farrow. Jess Hilarious. I can't remember the other person. And the show wasn't supposed to start until about 7 or 8 that night. It was pouring down rain All-Star Weekend. Allen Iverson was doing shoe signings, autograph signings at the mall. And I have this big binder at home from when I was in middle school, and I used to do clippings of Allen Iverson.
He's a legend.
And my wife said, "Won't you just go to the mall since you already know he's out there?" I said, "I don't want to ride in the rain."
No, I should have rode in the rain.
And I drove. I got there, and I was I was the last person that got into the line, and they said that he was no longer doing autographs. So as soon as you just said Charlotte All-Star Weekend,
well, he's
all that
always
came
around
back.
Charlotte, so you just hang around with your binder a little bit longer. He'll be, I promise you.
Not with the binder.
Press box is gone. He used to be at the club press box all the time, and they're gonna make that an Aldi now. But I promise you, if you around Charlotte long enough,
You said just stay there with your binder like
you'll
I'm
find
sitting
him.
there holding my binder like this.
Listen, that's how
Man.
Diane Warren, who wrote, I think she wrote Can You Feel the Love Tonight and all them other songs, she used to stand outside of the record label with balloons and candy and all type of stuff to get their attention and look at her now.
For you to be the only child, that was some tough love that you just gave me. Like,
sorry.
You have to suck it up. Get back out there with that
Get back out
binder.
there with that binder. And I promise you gonna find that man, AI, especially now, he gonna be in the streets. You saw where his trust supposed to be $32 million when he turned 55.
Yeah.
So he gonna be
he's on his way.
outside.
He just celebrated that 50th
Yep.
birthday. He let that's one of the goats. But
Yeah,
anyway,
for sure.
you was in Charlotte. My bad though. And
Yeah, so I had my street team, and that was just great, like to just finally have like some like not authority, but a management role where they trust me to do something of that magnitude. So I did that. I'm at the brunch. So now I'm at the Dreamville brunch, and it's sponsored by Ciroc. So I'm there by myself.
Was
but
Diddy there?
No. Thank God. Who knows how that would have ended up. But
Hey, we want to get Meg out here, you know.
now, one thing I'm gonna do is be aware of my surroundings. You ain't gonna get me. So, by the end of the night, I'm deep in Ciroc, and I'm talking to everybody. And I saw DaBaby, and this is when he had just came out, and like everything was popping.
Yeah.
And I was like, "You need to hire me." And he was like, "What you do?" I said, "Everything." So he literally took my phone number.
You was drunk?
Yeah.
Oh, that's what I'm talking about.
But I get
the drunk pitch.
Yes.
Dang.
So we exchanged phone numbers, and I would randomly call him or text him. He wouldn't answer, but he might write back like 3 months later. And this is in February. And just to make a long story short, I mean, I didn't have a job, and I was just like, I was just praying, and I was like, I need a new opportunity. I was like, I need a new opportunity. And when I tell you, he FaceTimed me while my eyes was closed in the middle of that prayer. And
God be talking to you.
I can't remember.
You got God on speed dial?
Where my phone at?
Well, you got God on. Send me his number when you get a chance.
Heaven.
He answers. He answers me, but you got a different speed. Your speed is pretty good.
No, I think you got some pretty good stuff up under your sleeve too.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
But I can't remember, because what he did was he posted that he needed an executive assistant, and I was like, we've been talking this whole year. Like, why you just ain't called me?
Right.
So I think I applied. I can't remember if I applied first or if when he FaceTimed me, he put that up. But either way, I was at one point in the middle of prayer, and he literally FaceTimed me while I was praying for a new opportunity. So he literally,
man.
It was like a Thursday. I was like, I can work right now. He was like, I need you to start on Monday. I literally left everything in New York. I was like, I'll come get it later. And so
Where was he located?
He was in Charlotte.
He was in Charlotte.
So
okay.
I moved, and at this point,
So
like,
he's from North Carolina.
Yeah, he's from Charlotte.
Oh, okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah, he's from Charlotte. So I literally had left everything in New York. I moved in with my friend, and then I eventually, like, my cousin actually drove to New York for me, got all my stuff, and I moved back down here. Yeah. And so then the pandemic happened. Put a wrecking ball through the music industry, and so my role was over at $1 Billion Baby, like towards the middle of the pandemic or something like that. And so from then I was just thugging it out.
Yeah.
It was me and Sianka, like I was managing her full time, and she had some great opportunities. Like, she did a Vogue photo shoot with Teen Vogue, so that was amazing. We got her a deal with a record label called Infinite Companion.
Okay.
I released, she released a project, but I finally got like my name on a project. So my company is Touchdown Music Group. So that was
Congratulations.
Thank you. So that was really like dear to me.
You created the name?
Yeah, Touchdown. And because the album that Angela was on, the song by Bob James, the album was called Touchdown. It's a football on it. So that was like the first album that I bought. Like, so I named it Touchdown.
That was your baby.
Yeah. And then from there, started. What was I doing? What from there? The pandemic was crazy.
Yeah.
The pandemic was crazy. So I was, like I said, I was just thugging it out during the pandemic. And so I was like, okay, it's time to go back to full-time work. And that was a struggle.
That was tough, man.
That was tough.
It's like coming back from New Zealand.
Yeah. That was tough. But I had got a part-time job and I was just doing that, and my part-time job let me be able to like just travel and go to shows and still get out and network and everything.
Yeah.
And so that's
with
how
your mask on.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm Meg. You don't remember?
Yeah,
you don't recognize?
that's exactly how it was. And so I actually had connected with this girl, Lottie, on Twitter, and they make a joke about her all the time because she's under like every tweet. Like, it don't matter what it is, but she actually works in music. She does a lot of like media work in music and everything. Mm-hmm. And so we follow each other on Twitter, but she was on LinkedIn one day saying that a celebrity needed an executive assistant, and I didn't know who it was.
But you just said,
and I was like, I'm just gonna apply because it said you had to be in New York, and at this time I was in North Carolina, and I had 4 interviews. The first interview was like the feeler with her, mm-hmm. and then I met with Ashanti's publicist, and because the first interview they were like, if you make it to the second one, you'll know who it is.
Yeah. So
I did my second interview with her publicist, and then it just went on to more members of the team as the interviews progressed, and I got that.
Everybody
and that's
you.
Yeah, and that's where I'm at now.
That's good,
yeah.
Man.
And I still do other things with like different agencies and stuff. I might host like a networking event. Shout out to the Digilog. The Digilog is a great platform for emerging and established artists. They do a lot of programming across the board about music publishing, music production, music management, marketing. Like, they just do like a lot of online and in-person programming. And it's really good, and that helps me out as well because one of their co-founders, Drew DeLeon, I met him when he was at Def Jam, and he's gone to some different labels now, and now I think he's primarily working with the Digilog.
Yeah.
But whatever I need from him, I can always call him up and be like, hey, I need a contact here, or do you know somebody there, or I want to work with this brand, do you have a contact? So I've just really been blessed to have a great network of people that are genuine connections. Like, they know they can call me, and that's what I pride myself on. Like, while I work for DaBaby, I brought Spotify to Charlotte. Like, Spotify came and threw like a baby concert / like activation. And they called me as like the consultant to kind of help. Like, what is he like? What is, we want to make this so Charlotte. We want to make this so DaBaby.
How did he feel about that? How did he like the turnout?
He loved it. It was amazing. Yeah. It was amazing. And they were like, we're going to let you make the guest list. And like, Charlotte doesn't see nothing like that for Spotify to come and throw a party, like a free party. It was free food, like free drinks.
First come, first
serve. It was amazing.
Type
yeah. And I think I had like a 120, 150 person guest list or something like that. And that's, I had people, they needed a team. So I hired like my friends, like people that I knew were dependable and would come work. Mm-hmm. So I love putting money in people's pockets. Like, with my Dreamville street team, they got paid for that as well. So any time that somebody,
you know why you do that? Because you came from a grinding background,
right?
Like everything that you mentioned already, you know what it's like to push. Yeah. So you have that bone in your body that's like, yo, I want to make sure everybody else wins.
Yeah.
That's where that come from, man. It's rare though.
Yeah, it is. I think because I had to lean on people so much as being an only child. Like, I just value people and being around people and just showing love. Like, my mom is such like a loving person. Like, that's all I really know. Like, my family, like my grandma and my grandpa had 8 kids, like, and most of them have kids. So my family is just big, and it's like, it's not perfect, but it's like it's always loving. And so I just came from that background to just pull people up. Like,
Man, what has been the, hold on 1 second. What has been the most toughest letdown, and what has been your greatest achievement so far?
I would would say my toughest letdown is probably all of the jobs that I've applied to and just knew that I was qualified for, or like been ghosted on, or knew a contact there, and they, even though I knew them personally, is kind of like.
So this is for the viewers and the listeners. How many ballpark figure? How many jobs you think you went for when you mentioned the number of letdowns?
I'm gonna be lenient. Is this applied to jobs or
just in general?
I'm gonna say 200 off the top of my head.
People don't realize that you gotta keep applying.
Yes, it's
so
so much work. Like, I tailor my cover letter, I tailor my resume.
I met this dude. I did. What's my girl name? This is where age kicks in. I just turned 40.
Okay.
And it's either, Corey, you doing a lot, or you just getting old. But I did a concert recently, Kalani.
Okay.
And I met this dude there, dope photographer. His name is London. Shout out London. And we talked briefly before the show started. And we just, he hasn't shot as long as I've shot, but you could just tell how eager and how hungry he is. But I just see, we connected, we exchanged information. So I'm all on his IG. I'm checking out his work, and then months later, my man getting shouted out by Wayne. He done got an interview or two with Coco. He just shot Michael Vick and Allen Iverson's bash. But we was talking about how many times you gonna get no. Yeah. And I'm just like, I'm so proud of him. So shout out again to you, London, if you see this. I don't even know if you're gonna see it, but I was just saying, like, people think that stuff is just gonna fall right on your lap, man. And I'm so big on, you're gonna have to go back to the drawing board and retune up, and because you lose yourself a little bit with the nose. You can get stressed out. You can get down.
I did take a break, and what's crazy is, like, I was like, okay, I got to get off LinkedIn because it's triggering me. And the day I got back on LinkedIn was the day that I saw the job posting for the executive assistant role. Yeah.
Your timing be on point too.
I believe in divinity for sure. I believe in just divine
speed down with God. And then you have,
and that's why I just
divine conquer.
I don't have imposter syndrome at all. Now that's one thing that I do not have. Like, I believe, I believe that I'm supposed to be in every room. Like, and I think that's just what guides me. Like, my mama used to be like, I used to come home from school and I was like, they teasing me saying, you think you all that? And my mama would be like, you are. Like,
right.
And there's nothing wrong with that because I'm humble. Like, because I help other people.
Was that your dad riding the bike?
That's my stepdad.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was like, he looks so happy. I'm like, yo,
he loved that e-bike.
I know
Get you an e-bike
he was smiling when he was riding out in the driveway.
That's that nature, getting grounded. You got to get that vitamin D. Yeah, get out the house.
From the tone of your mom.
Yeah.
On the steps.
It's lovely.
From watching him, listening to you, you got a strong foundation, man.
Yes. I can't even tell you how much I love them upstairs. Like, those my two best friends for sure. I call everybody, all my friends, my best friends, but they're definitely my best. I love hanging out with them.
That's dope.
Yeah. But yeah, I feel like I'm supposed to be in the room. I walk in. Now, sometimes I'm like, I don't want to go. I don't want to go to this networking event. And see, y'all could be like, you have to.
Right.
You know who you are, Megan, in this city. You got to go.
Right.
So, yeah, like, and I think that's really what keeps me going is that I'm very fearless. And I'm fearless, and I definitely take into account, like, consequences, repercussions, what could go wrong, but I just stand above all of that. Like, I know that I'm bigger than that.
Yeah.
I definitely have anxiety about stuff. I get down. I don't feel like doing stuff. Yeah. But I just gotta push through. Like, I always bring that back to being the only child. Like, there was just situations that I saw. I I think growing up, and I was unhappy about it or sad about it, and I'm like, well, what else can I do but go through it, you know?
What's the worst that's going to happen?
Yeah.
You putting you in the situation for a reason.
For sure.
This is what I just thought of.
Okay.
So, I just thought of this.
Okay.
First time ever.
Okay.
That's why we like 12 episodes in, maybe 10. So I used to play ball.
Okay.
I still play ball.
Okay.
If you follow my IG, I hoop every Wednesday and Friday morning at 5 in the morning for about 2 hours.
That's just so good.
And I work out mostly every day as well. I go walking, I have my weight vest, and I do all those things.
I love that for you.
So, you know, my shot is deadly. I have a 3-point shot that's Curry range.
Now the binder of AI makes sense.
Yeah. I'm a hooper.
Yeah.
Anybody know me? They Corey can hoop.
Okay.
I should have went pro.
Where you from?
From Jersey.
You didn't tell me that.
But I lived in Augusta, Georgia.
Okay.
I went to high school
Two different worlds. Yes.
I went to high school in Jersey and went to high school in Georgia.
Augusta is the most country place I've ever been in my life.
And you can see I'm not like Augustans. But I got mad love for my Augustan, Georgians folks. My younger brother's still there. A lot of my high school classmates, and I went to college there.
Okay.
But I was one of the very first ones with the Curry range.
Okay.
Still have it.
Shout out to Curry, North Carolina.
My photography name is One True Shot.
And it all makes
Photography.
sense. Yes.
So this segment that I'm throwing in here is Shoot Your Shot Trues. I'm going to shoot my shot right now.
Okay.
My shot is, if you ever need an event photographer
Okay.
for anything, please reach out to me.
Absolutely.
Throw my name in the hat.
Okay.
I got publishing, editorial experience. I've been in multiple magazines, multiple articles. I've traveled the world. I've done Mexico. I've done the Jamaican island. So I just shot my shot.
I love that because I love when people hit me up and they're like, hey, we need this person. Do you have somebody? And I'm like, yes, I'll be right back. So thank you.
Hey, I just thought of it. I was sitting there like,
yeah, for sure.
And what curated that was your perseverance. You're driving, you know, something that me and my wife, we always talk about is, you know, what's the worst answer you're going to get? You're either going to get a no or you're going to get a yes.
Yeah.
But like you said earlier, you got to have thick skin.
Yeah.
I've worked in sales. I got a sales background.
I wish I had a sales background.
So I used to sell stuff. I used to do door-to-door sales. I used to knock on people's door, don't know who they are, and ask to come in their house and show presentations. And they would look at it was health and wellness catalogs.
Okay.
So I go over like dish detergent, laundry detergent, vitamins, and half the stuff, I ain't even believe in it. I just was like enthused about it. Now I got a lot of people to sign up, and I got a lot of people to say, please don't come here no more.
Ever again. But
your charm, your confidence, that sometimes gets you in the door.
Yes, for sure.
Before your talent is even shown.
Yeah.
What is it that stood out to Ashanti and her team that they trust you and empower you with the role that you have? What is it that you have within you that you can actually say to yourself, like, you know what, this is what they see in me? Because they in a situation they can hire anybody. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's so many different people in the world, but what have you been able to differentiate yourself from?
I think just being professional and showing my resourcefulness because I have to solve a lot of problems from day to day. And I think they could just tell from jump that was a strong quality that I had, that, you know, if they need something or if some information is not up front, like I would know how to find it because I have to do that a lot too. So I think
Mrs. Fix It.
Yeah, I think I just spoke confidently and they could, you know, they can see through BS. Like, they've been in the music industry for 25, 30 years. So they knew that I was genuine. And also, like, I'm working for someone, they have to trust me with her safety. And so I think that they saw that I'm just a stand-up person and that wouldn't be something that they would have to worry about. just because they seen that I had worked with celebrities before, and just, you know, my resume is not just, I don't even want to say that because I don't want it to sound bad, but like just looked like I was hopping at every music opportunity there. Like it looked like I had a foundation in music versus like, oh, you don't have any experience. Like, what are you here for? Like, are you just trying to, you know, get what you can get out of it? But I think my resume just shows like a foundational and like business approach to music versus just like, oh, she was an A&R here, she was an A&R there, because a lot of roles in music, you can just say you're that person because, like I said, there's not a lot of legislation or things to limit, you know, you being a manager or you saying you're an A&R or you say you work in music marketing, because these are jobs that anybody can do, and a lot of things that people do well. Like, so it's not to take away from the people who are legit, who are like entrepreneurs, but I'm just saying like it can be very dangerous and people get taken advantage of a lot by not knowing who can really push the needle for you.
Right. No, let's see. I got one fun question for you, and then we're going to wrap up. Okay. This has been fun. I feel like we could talk for hours. Yeah. But I feel like nobody is going to listen to a 2-3 hour podcast unless it's like Shannon Sharp.
I will. I love podcasts. I listen to more podcasts than music now.
That's me.
I love podcasts.
If it ain't old school.
That and NPR.
What's NPR?
National Public Radio.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, you gotta be tapped into that.
Yeah, for sure.
So you can't. This is a fun question. You can.
Okay.
Top 3 underrated artists
of all time?
No, right now. Who you think? Who do you think is underrated right now that needs to be in the limelight, on TV, touring, exposure?
Sianka,
okay.
Sianka. Heather Victoria.
Okay.
And Southside Ghost out of Charlotte.
He's a hip hop artist?
Yeah, he's a rapper.
You gotta send me some of his stuff. I gotta tell you.
Phenomenal.
I love underrated. I asked that question because I love the underdogs. So it's like I always wanna. I'm
gonna also throw in Eric Lottery.
Okay.
Eric Lottery is an amazing rapper. He's originally from Fayetteville, but he lives in Charlotte. But now he's huge in the golf world now.
Really?
But he's also a phenomenal rapper, phenomenal lyricist, like just so talented. All of these are North Carolina based artists, but they are the 4 that I think are deserving of their platform, and not just because I know them, but because I know them, I know their catalog and I know their drive and I know their talent. But yeah, that's who I think. That's my 4. I know you said 3, but
no, it's good. You got an honorable mention in there.
Yeah.
Do you know how to sing?
I do not.
That's wild.
I was a spoken word poet for a long time. When I was at A&T, there was an organization called Couture, and we had modeling, dance, word, and staff. And I was over word for like 2 to 3 years. So I was a spoken word poet, and I also like was over the singers and the poets as well. So
what is life?
Yeah, that's how I was on that stage.
What is living?
Yeah, and I'm a writer.
You see me, I see you. Everybody out there.
Yep, that's exactly how it would be.
I love poetry night. Yeah. I can't get up there. I
love an open mic.
Yeah, man.
I'm so nervous now. You do comedy?
I used to do stand up.
Okay. My dad was into stand up comedy.
My last show before the pandemic was right here in Winston-Salem. That's
crazy. You're so interesting.
Yeah, man. I got up there, man.
You got a lot of hats too.
I grew up watching comedy.
Def Comedy Jam,
Comedy Jam, Living Color, Jamie Foxx Show, Martin.
Jamie Foxx Show was so fun. Did you see him get his award on the BET?
Yeah.
That was phenomenal. I had tears in my eyes. Like that was just.
I was like.
And I love Stevie Wonder, so that was just perfect.
That was hilarious. I was like Charles S. Dutton and Rudy.
Oh, Charles. Oh, Rock.
Yeah, you remember? Yeah.
I was a TV kid. I was definitely in front of the tube.
Yeah,
for
man.
Sure.
That's what got me out of a lot of stressful situations. Was watching that type of stuff growing up, man, and mimicking and being able to do impersonations and
Fire Marshal
talking
Dan.
like people. Yeah, man, like Fire Marshal Dan. No, my kids love it so. Let me tell you something. You know what I'm saying?
That's one of my favorite memes of him.
Yes,
like,
man.
When he's like missing the hair. And he's like, that's like one of my favorite memes.
Yes, I just told my daughter the other day when he did the scene on Ace Ventura and he did everything backwards. When he slammed his head on the man. To this day, I still be in tears.
Yeah, Jim Carrey is funny.
But he woke now.
Yeah.
He don't even seem like he make jokes and stuff anymore. He just seems like he just straight to the point. I'm gonna tell you what it's like.
He's probably seen some stuff too in his life.
In the industry.
The music entertainment.
He probably was at one of them Diddy parties.
For sure. Barbara Walters was probably at a Diddy party. Like everybody was there.
Ace Ventura said, "Let me tell you something, Diddy." Like he did the whole Ace Ventura scene while he was at one of the parties.
They were there.
But yeah, this has been fun.
It's been great.
I do have to close out with my signature question.
Okay.
Being in true form is about you showing resilientness, standing up for yourself, being, showing up and being you in your own character. What does in true form mean to you?
I think it's exactly what you said. I think I always show up as myself, and I'm like, Megan, you're just weird sometimes, or like sometimes you just don't fit in, but people seem to love it. And some people don't, and that's fine. Like, I have always moved to the beat of my own drum. So
that's dope.
I'm just who I am. Like, I don't even know how to like sugarcoat or not be who I am. It's so hard to do that.
Yeah.
So I really think it's just showing up as yourself, but not caring what people think, and knowing that people are going to think something and just being okay with it. I saw one of my friends, she works in fashion, and she was talking about personal style, and she was like, the thing about having personal style, you really have personal style when you go out the house and you put on whatever, and you cannot care what people are going to think.
It's like Rashad
and I was like,
with his crown. He Rashad wears that crown on all his podcasts and all that stuff. He don't care.
Yeah, you can't care. It's like it's human nature to care, but you gotta care about yourself more, for sure.
Well, I appreciate the time. I appreciate your energy, your transparency, your honesty, your hospitality, all the ease. Yeah. I appreciate it. And
you're so welcome.
Yeah, I do hugs, so I appreciate you having me.
Of course.
I appreciate the in true form. I still don't have a name for the audience. I got to figure that out.
The formats.
The formats. Wow. See?
Or the formulas.
Formulas. We're going to do a poll. I like formats.
The formats.
So y'all, my format.
Like you got to format your disc, you got to format your SD card.
Yeah.
Your form.
My formats. This is AO. All right, so look, the more you get to know me, this is real. This is how I respond to stuff. So I'm gonna come home and I'm gonna see something in the house. I'm like, yo, y'all got these dishes on the counter. Like that's how I respond. I'm going with formats. Okay. All y'all formats out there, I finally found it. If you go back and listen to a couple of episodes, I say in there that I still don't know what I call y'all. Now I have the formats. The formats. So the formats, I appreciate y'all for tuning in to another great episode of In True Form. Please like, comment, subscribe, turn your notifications on. Follow me on Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Apple Music, Amazon. I'm everywhere. Again, peace out. Have a good one.
Millennial peace sign.
If you want to be my lover, you got to be with my friends.
I went to DC this weekend and they played that in the club and I almost lost my mind. I was like, I've never heard the Spice Girls in the club.